Welcome everyone back to my channel. My name is Darren and I have two questions to ask you. Are your clothes constantly shrinking or getting ruined in the wash? And are your clothes not lasting you for a long time? If these two issues apply to you, then make sure you watch this video because in this video, I'll be going over 10 useful tips that you can use to make your clothes last longer and keep them in a better condition. And make sure you stick around to the very end as I'll be revealing a bonus tip that you can also use. And if you're wondering what brand of a shirt I'm wearing today, please make sure you stick around to the end as I'll be revealing the brand of this shirt at the very end. Okay, starting with tip number 1. If you have shirts that have a printed design and they bulge out and you can feel it, you should always flip these inside out before putting them into the washing machine. This way it reduces the chances of cracking on the design. So as you can see here, something like this. So in fact, tip number 2 would be you should flip all your clothes inside out before putting them into the washing machine. This way it can wash away the smell, your sweat, and the dead skin accumulated from wearing that item, okay? Okay, tip number 3, you should separate your shirts in the wash from your jeans and your bathroom towel. The reason is bathroom towels and jeans, they're made from thicker material and they're more rougher. So if you put your shirts in the wash with these items, the constant rubbing and the tugging might cause a hole or a rip in your shirt. So you should always separate them in 2 different washes, okay? So for tip number 4, you should always wash dark colors separately than your lighter colors. So the idea is if you mix these 2 items together in the wash, the dark colors might stain onto the lighter color. So you don't want that. So usually you want to separate the 2. So separate the darker colors from the lighter colors in the wash, okay? That way they can maintain their original colors after each wash. Okay, tip number 5. You should always use lukewarm water instead of hot water when you're washing your clothes, because lukewarm water will not shrink your clothes as much as hot water. So hot water shrinks your clothing. So if your clothes are constantly shrinking, then try using lukewarm water instead, okay? Okay, tip number 6. For pieces that are more fine and they're more delicate, or they're more thinner, like something like this shirt here, which is really thin, I would not put these into the washing machine as they're more prone to getting ripped or torn. Or something like this cashmere sweater here, which is meant to be hand washed only. So these items, how I would wash them is I would use my bathtub, put some water, put some washing detergent, and then just wash these by hand. And after you wash these by hand, do not hang these as they might get torn and they might get ripped up. So I would usually just drape them over my kitchen chair or let it dry on my drying rack, okay? So again, do not hang delicate or finer pieces. Instead, just let it drape and let it dry by itself, okay? And tip number 8, for your rest of your other shirts that come out from the wash, before you hang them, give them a tug and a stretch on all directions, because usually in the wash, they usually get crumpled up together. So once it's out, give it a tug, give it a stretch before hanging them, okay? And tip number 9 would be for hangers, I would replace the traditional hanger with a curved hanger like this. This way, it reduces the bump on each side of the shoulder. They call it the pimple. So this hanger here is more curved. So this way it gives it back to its original form. And I would switch off the traditional hanger with the curved hanger like this here. That way it gives the shirt back to its original form before the wash, okay? And finally, tip number 10 would be pants and jeans. If they're too long for you, go to a tailor, get them hemmed. That way you're not walking around and dragging the bottom part with you and causing damage to the bottom of the pants here like this, okay? So again, if they're too long for you, go to a tailor, get them hemmed. That way you won't experience something like this where it's all damaged at the bottom, okay? All right, guys, so thanks for sticking around all the way to the end of this video. At the beginning, I promised I will be revealing a bonus tip, and that bonus tip is, if you're the person that likes to go into the rain without carrying an umbrella, when you go home or back to the office, do not stash your clothes away or into your closet or onto your bed or into your drawer right away, because it will smell pretty bad once you take that out again. Instead, hang them where there's open air, there's lots of air coming in, and just let it breathe, let it dry, and that way it'll get rid of the smell from the rain earlier that day, okay? So that's the bonus tip. And for this shirt here, this shirt is from a brand called Reason. If you Google Reason clothing, you'll probably find it. Reason as in R-E-A-S-O-N. They make pretty cool shirts at affordable prices, so make sure you will go check them out. And so guys, that wraps up my 10 useful tips that you can use to keep your clothes in a better condition. I hope you found some of these tips useful. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like, share it, and comment down below on what you think of these tips. And if there's any tips I left out, please leave them in the comments below. Once again, if you're into men's fashion, style, trends, or clothing tips, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video. Thank you. Bye now.